Good afternoon and welcome to the Heed Army podcast. We are about to bring you full match commentary of Chorley versus Gateshead down here at Victory Park for this pivotal game, what could see Gateshead crowned champions of the National League North this afternoon. My name is David Gaddis. It's an absolute joy and pleasure to be able to bring you this game here this afternoon. I'm joined by Mark Carruthers. And Mark, let's say we got here a little bit late, but we got set up in time. I had a mild panic when I didn't realise I hadn't plugged things in, thinking they weren't working. But Mark, we're sitting here, we're ready to go.
Better late than never, I guess. Yeah, we are here. Could be about to witness a historic moment in the history of Gateshead Football Club and the recent rise of the football club. And, fingers crossed the result goes our way. I will say, and I've said this many times on social media, Gateshead don't necessarily need to win this game today. They don't even need to draw if results elsewhere go their way. Obviously, it is just a point needed given the goal difference, unless something,
catastrophic happens,
unforeseen happens over the next, 2 games. But we will, as ever, the line from Gateshead has been about we'll focus on ourselves, but we can't ignore the fact if Brackley don't take maximum points from their visit to Hereford today, it's done and dusted. So, yes, Gateshead want to do the job themselves. They want to get a victory here at Chorley, Victory Park. Completely unintentional, I promise.
It's aptly named for the occasion. Not that they named it for this, but we are here at Victory Park. It's a real. You can see it's a ground that harks back to the old days of terraced football. Here we're in the main stand, which is quite old. I hazard a guess it's probably from the 50s, maybe even 40s. We're on wooden pews here, pull down seats. It's absolutely fantastic. To our right is where the Heed Army are. I do have a photo to put up on screen as well here. I'll just get it up. I've just uploaded it just before we came on air. This is what we can see at the moment. When I get to it, it hasn't loaded up. I'm sorry, I'll get it later on. But the Heed Army are out in their masses to our right-hand side in the little cattle shed, the old-fashioned cattle shed. That's what we'll call it. And to our left-hand side is the home fans in what you would, say another cattle shed, but a modern one. Just to paint the picture, across from us is the Ronnie Pilkington stand, which holds probably, I'd say, 100 people at a push, and that's where the camera normally is on the far side. And there's all terracing behind, all grassed over. You can see where this ground is harked back to in those old days of terraced football. And it's a fully interactive commentary. We'd love you to get involved, and you can see on the screen, Anne Rutherford has sent us a message already. Thank you very much. Sarah Mallet, thank you. Come on, the Heed. Sean Parry, good luck, fingers crossed. Mr. Luke, how are the Heed? So you can let us know where you're listening from in the world. Rob Greener, come on, lads. Victory Park, it's named for us today. Heed Army. David Tron, afternoon, lads. Come on, the Heed. And Andrew McGuigan as well. Come on, Gateshead. You can let us know where you're listening from in the world if you're unable to make it down here today. But rest assured, you won't miss a kick here with us. I'll go through the Gateshead team quickly now before they come out, and I'll go through it again. It's Philip Marshall in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Lewis Story, Carl Magnay, Taylor Charters, Jack Hunter comes in for the injured Adam Campbell, Owen Bailey, the captain Greg Ollie, Dan Ward, Macaulay Langstaff and Kedwin Scott. On the bench is Mike Williamson, player manager, Paul Blackett, Ryan Womble returns on loan from his loan stint, Matty Jacob and Conor Malley make up the bench for Gateshead. And this is how the home team line up. Matt Irwin, Andy Halls, the captain Scott Leather, Lewis Baines, Adam Henley, Billy Whitehouse, Willem Tomlinson, Mike Calvelli, Milinek Ali, Jacob Blythe and Connor Hall. On the benches, Ollie Shenton, Bobby Carroll, Miles Wrighton, Kyan Spencer McDermott and Brad Holmes. And there's a familiar name, but we didn't actually get to see him play, Mark, in the Jacob Blythe. He signed for us when the season that wasn't curtailed, and we didn't get to see him actually play a game for Gateshead.
We didn't know. It was strange, wasn't it, how that worked out? I'm guessing on Saturday we saw a Blythe goal celebrated by Gateshead fans, but maybe not today.
Yeah, well, let's hope not. Let's hope not. Obviously, looking at the team sheet, the glaring one is that Adam Campbell, as we've seen him pick up a knock on Saturday. So no shock that he isn't involved. Shame he isn't on the bench, but we know Jack Hunter is more than capable. But you would imagine either Owen Bailey or Greg Oliver might push up a little bit higher into the role that he occupied.
Well,
maybe even Dan Ward.
Well, funny enough, you just literally what I was about to say was you could see Dan Ward push up into that sort of right side of on the attack and right side of the attack as a front three. That would allow Ollie to sit deeper with Bailey and Hunter. The other option, as you said, we have seen Greg Ollie play further forward. In the past, we've seen Owen Bailey quite effectively on Saturday come forward just after you said he has a bit of a habit of getting goals when he's further forward. You wouldn't rule that out happening again today. My instinct is to say it'll be Dan Ward.
Yeah.
Just to give a little bit more.
He's got that energy, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. So I wouldn't be shocked if there's Dan playing right side or left side of that front three, depending on how they line up. But we shall see as soon as kickoff.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, obviously we are in an old-fashioned type of ground here. Our view is slightly hampered by a guardrail for the stairs here at the front of the stand. So at times, when shooting to the left-hand side here, we might have to. You might hear us ducking and diving. You might hear us swoosh on the mic, so we can get all what is happening. But you won't miss a kick out. Bear in mind, this is Gateshead's last away game of the season. There's a lot of fancy dress to our right there, Mark. There's a big contingent come down from Tyneside. A lot of flags, and they've been making good noise as well before we started.
Big banana as well, is it?
There is a big banana over there. I think there's a Freddie Mercury over there. There's I think there's a couple of traffic cones. There's a Where's Wally?
Where's Wally? I thought that was you, Dave.
It's normally me. There's a jockey. There's a Mexican bandit. There's a couple of cowboys as well. So we'll keep you occupied. We'll keep you filled in with what is over there as the game goes on. Of course, you've got the man on the PA hyping up the crowd here. Mark, on the way in, I don't know which way you came into the ground, but I was over there and I come through. And obviously, Chorley had a magnificent FA Cup run last season. And there's a great flag over there. It's got Wigan, the Wigan badge, the Portsmouth, Peterborough badge, and Derby badge. We beat them all. And I thought it's a lovely flag. I thought especially in the achievement that they went on. Of course, they beat Gateshead in the first game of that FA Cup run.
They did. Now, I've been here I think 4 or 5 times now. This will be my 4th or 5th, and I always love to come down here. It's a proper non-league ground. They're a proper non-league club. They're right in the heart of the community, and they're a good side as well. They've got to win today. Make no bones about it. They need to win this game today to get a home tie in the playoffs, or at least give them a chance. They'll have one eye on results elsewhere. Hopefully you can hear us properly now.
Yes, now you can hear us now.
But today's a day where Gateshead will look after themselves. I can't reiterate enough. They only need a point, unless the results on the last day of the season go ridiculously wrong. A point will be enough, I think.
Hopefully it will be. We've got some messages in. We've had iMouth Boys listening in from Edinburgh. Thank you very much for your message. We've got a message here from Alan Guest. Gateshead expects every man on his duty. Well, the lads have never let us down this season, and I don't expect any the same day. They will go until the final whistle.
Look, I think the one thing I would say is that this Gateshead side, yes, there's been games, very few I should say, where they haven't maybe performed at the levels, but they have never let anyone down in terms of effort. And I think no matter what happens today, no matter what happens over the next 7 days, they will never let this club down.
Well, we've got a one from Marco Cluffo, who's listening in from Rome. Thank you very much. Let us know where you're listening from. Mr. Lucas put, I'm nervous. And Taylor Howie has put, the guy really loves being a Tannoy announcer. He certainly does. They're called the Magpies. They play in black and white, of course. Home away from home, really, isn't it, from Tyneside? When you look at the colours. But it's they say they're hyped up. They want to get their team over the line and into the playoffs. It's not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. And we've got about 5 minutes till kickoff. I would like you just to share the stream, whether it be the YouTube one or the Facebook one. Let's get as many people from Tyneside and around the world listening in. Could be a very historic day. And Mark, I know we've talked about it so much, we haven't wanted to talk about it because the club has went in a forward direction. But if they were to get over the line today and become champions, what a momentous occasion that would be, considering the recent history.
I've got to admit, if and when it does happen, I'll feel a certain amount of emotion. I was in and around the club when what was going on, and seeing the impact on people who are at the club, your Ben Clarks, Mike Busted, people like that, and the ones that aren't there anymore, Dom Skirl, who's gone on to great things, Alicia, seeing what they were going through, seeing the hurt it was putting in the volunteers, your Mark Waltons, Dave and people like that. I'll find it more. There's a lot of rights could be wrong. Wrongs could be made right here today. And
pretend you didn't hear that from Mark, because I've been practicing a certain line for if we do go over them.
Sorry, David. Well, don't say too much. It's part of my article I've got written.
Anyway. Great minds think alike.
But look seriously, where this club's come from, and we shouldn't forget it's happened to a background of COVID as well. By the way, and the work that's gone on, I kind of alluded to it in the commentary on Monday. The work that's gone on behind the scenes is it's remarkable to get this club to where it is now, and let's hope we can finish the job today.
Definitely. And keep their messages coming in, keep it sharing as well. It'll be absolutely fantastic. We want more people to hear about this and get involved, and hopefully there could be a massive, massive party next Saturday. Toon Fan 100, he's sat in Heathrow Airport, away the lads, get it done, trophy lifted on Saturday. Liv Walden has put, come on, nervous, excited, got everything crossed. Well, we've just got to sit back, enjoy it if you can, and hopefully we'll bring you all the action. Well, we will bring you all the action, but hopefully it's in the favour of the Tynesiders. And Mark, what an attendance here so far. Looking around behind the Gateshead side, that you would say 200-300 at least. We're in this main stand here. There's quite a few around us, and behind the goal and in front of us as well, there's quite a few here. I'd hazard a guess of nearly 2,000, maybe more.
I'd say there's comfortably over 300 Gateshead fans. We shouldn't forget they're not just in there, by the way. They're down here as well.
And there's a few in the stand behind us here as well.
It's a great travelling support, and if things go well, I can only imagine how many will be there on Saturday.
Well, I said it feels like a home from home with the colours in this area. They're playing the same entrance song onto the pitch as what we have at Gateshead International Stadium. So please do. And also to know how we're down, let us know if Mark's loud enough. I've got him as loud as I can get him, but I might be able to think of another button if need be. But hopefully we're coming through loud and clear. And so we had a little panic getting in. We both arrived at about 20 minutes before kick-off. But we've got it going there. But now Greg Ollie leads out the Tynesiders in claret and blue this afternoon, and this is how Gateshead line up. It's Philip Marshall in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Lewis Story, Carl Magny, Taylor Charters, Jack Hunter, Owen Bailey, the captain Greg Ollie, Dan Ward, Macaulay Langstaff and Kedron Scott. On the bench is player manager Mike Williamson, Paul Blackett, Ryan Womble returns from loan, Matty Jacob and Connor Malley. For the home side, it's Matt Irwin in goal, Andy Hall, Scott Leather, Lewis Baines, Adam Henley, Billy Whitehouse, Willem Tomlinson, Mike Calvally, and Milanek Ali, Jacob Blythe, and Connor Hall. On the benches, Ollie Shenton, Bobby Carroll, Miles Bright, Kyan Spencer McDermott, and Brad Holmes. And Mark was fortunate enough during the COVID era when they were behind closed doors to do the commentary on this game down here, because Chorley wasn't set up for it at the time we came down as Gateshead and helped out on that game. And there's a few players still here that were in that FA Cup side. The captain, Scott Leather, a fantastic defender, as is Andy Halls and Lewis Baines. I don't think Adam Henley was in the squad then, but a solid defensive team here at Chorley.
Very solid and plenty of experience in there as well. Henley's played Football League, I think, with Blackburn. Leather and Halls, and the keeper as well, have been here for a while. It's an established side. I look at the top end of the pitch, you've got the power of Jacob Blythe. Milanek Ali as well had a period in the northeast. It's gone really quiet.
I think we are going to have a minute's silence here. I'm not sure why. I didn't hear on the tannoy, but we will go silent when the whistle goes. minute to pause there. Apologies, we didn't hear on the tannoy what that was for, but well observed by all four corners of the ground. We're about to get underway here at Victory Park. Gateshead, a point needed to lift the National League North title. Stay with us, you won't miss a kick here. And, well, Mark, nervously excited.
Look, the players won't be nervous. They're not the sort of group that are. You know, that they're focused, they're controlled, they're in the sort of mindset that wins you titles. And, you know, that's come from the manager, it's come from Ian Watson. So let's just stay calm as they will be and see what happens.
Well, Gateshead are shooting, from right to left here at Victory Park. We have got a bit of a blocked view, but we'll endeavour to bring you everything. And we're underway as Jack Hunter launches the ball up to Irwin in the Chorley goal. He gets an early touch. He's all in all yellow, and Philip Marshall all in the classic green for a goalkeeper. And Chorley in black and white stripes, black shorts, black socks. Gateshead in their claret and blue away top. And as Tinkler brings the ball down on the right hand side, pumps the ball forward for Kedwin Scott, but Lewis Baines was there just to nod it away. Now it's been hooked clear up towards Story. Nods it into the centre circle. It's going to be passed out by Billy Whitehouse to his defence, and Captain leathers it up the pitch. I bet that's been said a few times this season, as Story couldn't control it and puts the ball out of touch for a throw-in towards the corner flag here on the right-hand side.
Just a quick tactical analysis here. It looks like Greg Ollie is the one playing further forward on the midfield three we mentioned.
Well, it's when taken now. It's going to come back to number 10. It was Tomlinson who puts it in. Fisted clear by... Oh, nicely brought down by Macaulay Langstaff, but ran into a black and white shirt. Dan Ward was there to apply pressure, but the ball's been put out to Halls here on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Marshall plucks it out the air and fouled in the process as well. Referee said he's watching, but he's seeing play on.
Great take, by the way. Great take. Really confident start from Phil Marshall.
The youngster on loan from Aston Villa, of course, came in after the Christmas period. Ben Chapman was the number one who was on loan from Huddersfield before that, as his kick goes up the pitch. Hunter's there, tries to guide it towards a claret and blue shirt. And now Halls was going to play it down the line for Whitehouse to chase onto, but Taylor Charters is going to get in front of him, but Story comes across for good measure and hits the roof of the stand with the ball. Well, we mentioned the ground being very old-fashioned, but we've got terraced houses all around the ground as well. It's quite the picture postcard of a non-league ground. The Hall has the ball in his hand, waiting to throw the ball. Captain Leather receives it. Everyone inside the Gateshead half at the moment, out to Halls, but the communication between Whitehouse and Halls wasn't the greatest, and the ball goes out for a throw to Gateshead.
Full-time whistle now.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Just all a bit messy playing this football. Just get it done.
Well, just to paint the picture a little bit more, Billy Whitehouse has a lovely Alice band in his hair and a ponytail as Hunter nods the ball forward. Nicely headed on by Bailey, nods it back, but couldn't get it towards Scott. And at the moment, we're seeing quite a bit of pressure from Chorley, not letting Gateshead play out at the moment. There's Leather nods it forward. Bailey brings it down with his arm in the centre circle, and it's a free kick.
And looky there, just anticipated that ball forward, but just I think it's taken a funny bounce and just gone onto his hand. But it definitely would have been in a promising situation for Gateshead.
Yeah, I think he had space to run into, and he had men on either wing. But
free kick in the centre circle.
Yeah, just looking to our left at the moment, Ian Watson and Mike Williamson standing there, looking calm at the moment.
It's a high line.
It is a very high line at the moment, and there's some big players there. The ball goes over the top, very central, but it's going to go all the way through to Marshall. Catches it in his arms and quickly distributes it, looking for the run of Macaulay Langstaff, and he's going to keep it under control on the right-hand side, halfway inside the Chorley half. He's driving with the ball down towards the corner flag, puts a cross in. Oh, under the roof of the net. I thought it was just going to come towards Kedwin Scott. Must have been a deflection. Kedwin Scott was in the as if the ball had got over there. But we've got the first corner of the game. I'll make it 4 minutes here.
Any chance someone can get an angle going? They just take this terrace.
Yes, it's myself and Mark are doing great impressions of meerkats at the moment.
I've gone the other way. I've gone like a turtle.
I'm down. Mark's got the bottom half covered. I've got the top half covered.
I've got a nice view through the stairs here.
Well, last season, 2 seasons ago when I was here, there was a camera in the way as well. So it's quite a good view today. As Ollie puts this one in towards the near post, a flick from Scott trying to find Langstaff cleared out for a throw in.
Now, are we going to see one of Kedwin Scott's long throw-ins that we discovered on Saturday?
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh yeah, well yes we are. He's going over.
Oh,
so I'll say, is it a case you teach an old dog new tricks, or did he always have this?
I wouldn't call him old.
Well,
Louis Story stayed forward as well.
So in comes the throw. Bailey backheads it over. It's up in the air, and Ollie's going to try and pick it up, but White gets in front of Whitehouse, falls to Ward, gets first time shot off, deflected back out to Ward though. Wow, handball given there. Did go up, but I couldn't see any contact from where I'm sat. Referee's closer than us.
We have a nice little laugh about it.
Yeah. Well,
Brackley are 1-0 up.
Yes, after 3 minutes, I believe. But that has little effect here as long as Gateshead do their business. Lots of people sending their messages. Thank you very much. As Ollie beaten in the air. Halls plays it into the centre. Leather plays it forward, but Hunter intercepts. Bailey puts it over the top. Ollie wins the header. It's going to fall to a Chorley player who clears it. Now Lewis Story clears the ball, but into the path of a Chorley player, and now is that a foul? Referee says no, and the ball goes out. It was number 27. It was Connor Hall that went down in installments there after both men running towards the ball. Goal kick taken short to the goalkeeper from Story. Played long now though. Scott Leather will clear up at the back. Gives it to Henley. Henley gets past his man. Drives forward with the ball. It's into the centre now. Comes across to Halls here with Carter. Taylor Charters comes across. Plays the ball forward to Kedwin Scott, who was fouled by the captain Leather. I think his studs got caught in the grass there and brought him down. Nonetheless, it's a foul.
There's a few people mistaking Kedwin Scott's ankle for the ball there. He certainly took the man first.
Well, free kick opportunity here for Gateshead to put the ball in the box. It's about 45 yards out, about 10 yards in from the left-hand touch line. And the big men are up on the edge of the box, and this one's going to be put up towards the far end of that box, I think.
Paul Magnay going far post on his own, by the way.
Up it goes into the centre. The big men are up there. It's headed clear, but it's going to fall to Kedwin Scott on the edge of the box. He's got Ollie for support, but he's still going. Can he get across in? He can. It's put it across. Oh, it's going to fall to Macaulay Langstaff now. Turn Bailey. It's hooker by Crook. Chorley managed to get it away, but Tinkler's going to pick the ball up on the halfway line. Plays it into Hunter. Hunter out to Dan Ward. Dan Ward plays it down the line to Magnay. Magnay in turn to Macaulay Langstaff. Right hand side of the box. Beats his man. Drives in. Puts across. Oh! Headed clear by Halls, but it falls to a Gateshead shirt again in Dan Ward. Now Charters has the ball on the left-hand side. Plays it down the line to Ollie. Ollie tries to get past his man, and Halls did well to get the ball back. But Gateshead get the ball again, playing it forward. Halls heads is clear. It's better from Gateshead. Applying pressure themselves as now it's played forward by Cleverley. Henley on the left-hand side carries the ball forward about 20 yards. Plays it forward now to Ali. Ali puts it into the box. Keeper gets out at his near post.
That's a good throw, you know.
He's distributed Macaulay Langstaff. He keeps it in on the line. He's still driving. He's halfway inside the Chorley half now. Still on the right-hand side. Looks into the box. Plays a one across. And his target was Kedwin Scott, but it was cleared by number 6, Lewis Baines. Handball, if that was one earlier on. Referee says no, and now Chorley are on the break. It's 2-on-3. Taylor Charter has a crucial interception. Story gets his foot in just to clear it away. And now Dan Ward has it. But he needs to get up the pitch, and he does. Wow. Captain Leather under pressure from Langstaff. Ollie trying to get there, and it comes off Ollie for a throw. Big thank you to everyone that's tuned in and messaged in. Please do share the stream. Tell your friends. Gateshead could achieve something pretty big this afternoon and you can only hear it here as the ball is headed clear by Charters. It's come back towards Gates' defence. Ward brings it down, surrounded by black and white shirts, and clears the ball towards Halls. It's with Whitehouse. Whitehouse cuts it inside Hunter. Gates are just passing in circles here, but now the ball's cleared forward, deflected through to Macaulay Langstaff. He needs to turn and get the ball forward. As he looks up, he's got the run of Bailey, but he decides to find Tinkler on the halfway line. Gateshead still in possession. Now with Hunter in the centre circle. Calmly plays it back to Story. Gateshead starting to build from the back. There's Charters on the left-hand side, passes it back to Story in defence. Across the defence to Magnay. Gateshead just starting to get the composure now, Mark. As the ball comes across towards the far side, Tinkler nods it in to Bailey. Bailey drives into the box with it. Can he get across in? Oh, it just wouldn't sit up for him, and it's been hooked clear right out to the far side, and the ball stayed in. Magnay with a calm little header down to Story, who carries the ball forward himself over the halfway line, plays it out to Charters. Charters down the line to Ollie. It wasn't the greatest ball, and that's going to go out for a throw-in.
Pressing.
Well, Kedwin Scott pressing. Now Ollie's pressing on Halls, the right back. Plays it forward. It's going to come to Story. Story nods it back up the pitch, but it falls to a black and white shirt. Back over the top towards Story, who brings it down. Drives forward with the ball. Kedwin Scott drops deep. Turns his man. Does he get to the ball? He does. He gets it to Macaulay Langstaff, who just couldn't control it, and Henley can come away, but has to pass it all the way back to Baines. Now back in turn to Irwin. Clearance up the pitch. Hunter did well to put him off, and now picks up the loose ball. Now played out to Charters here. Plays it back to Marshall, who's under pressure. Oh my word! And trickery on the line there by Charters, and the ball goes out for a throw-in on this side, and that is not what you want to see from your goalkeeper.
Yeah, Cruyff turned inside the 6-yard box. Nearly got caught out, didn't, we should say. He's got away with it, but only just.
Wow. Yeah. Ian Watson and Mike Williamson saying that the ball was to be played up the pitch. And now we have this long throw from Halls towards the 6-yard box. It's been headed over, and that is a goal kick. Well.
All right.
Yep, it is. Gateshead have been guilty sometimes of inviting on unwanted pressure there, or creating a chance out of nothing for the opposition. But at the moment, it's 0-0. We're about 12-13 minutes here into the first half. There isn't a clock here, and let's say we got set up late. I didn't have a chance to stopwatch. Sorry, should I say it? As the ball up towards Tinkler. Ali clears the ball up the pitch. Magnay is there to put it back where it came from, but it goes out of play on the far side.
Very direct so far, isn't it, from both sides? Not a lot of ball on the ground at the moment. I think Gateshead need to get into that pattern, get that ball on the ground the way they like to play.
Well, Henley has the ball. Launches it down towards the left-hand side there. Story can clear this one up the pitch. Kedwin Scott tries to beat Leather, but Leather's ball goes towards Ollie. Gateshead need to pick up the
handball.
Yeah, handball there. I'm guessing it's quite a hard surface here because we've seen quite a few passes bounce up on players so far.
Yeah, it seems it, doesn't it? Maybe that's why both teams are going a bit longer ball.
Lovely turn by Ollie, puts it through. Kedwin Scott on the edge of the box. He's having to find room. Can he do it? Takes it over at the right-hand side of the box. He has to goes for a shot. Now it's going to fall to Bailey, but he plays it across to Taylor Charters. Taylor Charters has got support, but good tackle there. But Gateshead win the ball back. Now Dan Ward has it on the left-hand side. Can he take down left? Cuts inside, goes for a shot. It's going to go wide. And, well, that's the pressure we like to see from Gateshead. Win the ball back. Don't get them a chance to breathe.
Yeah, very good pressure high at the pitch as well. Forcing the error, getting the ball back. Dan Ward just didn't get the connection he wanted. But I do feel Kedwin could have maybe just got that shot away a little bit earlier there when he had a sight, a goal, really tried edge of the box. Just took the extra touch, try and get a bit of an angle, but just forced out in the end.
Well, Irwin, all in yellow, prepares to take this goal kick. Yellow boots as well, I might add. As Jacob Blythe didn't get the header and it bounced all the way through. Story calmly nods it back to Marshall. Marshall rolls it out on the right-hand side of the box to Magnet. Finds Tinkler. Plays it back to Marshall. Marshall now gives it back to Magnet, who plays the ball down the line. Langstaff gets a foot to it, but couldn't control it. But that was a poor ball from Hunter, but Magnet's going to pick up the loose ball and give it back to Marshall. Marshall plays it through the centre to Hunter if he can turn and distribute it. He has found Tinkler. And it's back with Marshall at the moment.
This was better.
It certainly is.
Just keep it calm.
Part of the process, build from the rear, keep possession for the ball. If you've got the ball, the other team can't score. There's a ball forward to Bailey. And how was he offside there, by the way? I know we may have some rose-tinted glasses here today, but looked like he had to get past his man to get onto that.
It certainly did. It was a tight one. But that's better from Gateshead. Nice and calm at the back and just keeping possession for a spell and then trying to get in behind. That's what's got them this far so far this season.
Scott Thompson's put listening in from Corby, Northants, Heed. Thank you very much. Sorry if I haven't read out your message. Someone listening in from Bladen, thank you. And in the Yard Micro Pub, I think it was there seen. There's Halls, plays it forward. We're only as far as...
Settle down, man. Put a foot on it.
Dan Ward, and a little bit of a hot potato in midfield for Gateshead at the minute. And keeper picks it up on the corner of his box. And even Kedwin Scott was saying slow it down.
A bit too much of that at the moment, I think.
We've got the West Peterborough branch listening in as well of the Heed Army. Thank you very much. Magnet wins the header. Whitehouse gets in front of Ollie. It's played off Ollie for a throw here, just in front of us. We're just inside the Gateshead half here in the commentary position.
That's good pressure. That's good. That's good.
Making Chorley play it all the way back to Irwin. Can Ward win that? He nods the ball down and finds Hunter though. Hunter, Tinkler puts it over the top. Thought Kedwin Scott might have nipped in there, but backheaded by the captain to Irwin. Story wins the header, but it falls out to Ali on the far side. Tinkler battling with him. Ali still has the ball. He's got Henley on the overlap. Tinkler races to get across.
Tackle.
Great tackle. Keeps the ball in as well and gets it up the pitch. And just, gets it just in a little bit of a rush at the moment to get the ball forward without players being there. Ball comes across to Whitehouse here on the right-hand side. Controls it well. He's got Sheila Charters in front of him, trying to dance past him, but there's nothing given. It goes all the way back. Now it's played forward over the top, looking for Blythe, who brings the ball down. Oh, it isn't. So it's Hall, and he's trying to get away with it. Gets it to Whitehouse on the right-hand side, twisting and turning. Gets it past over the top towards the back post, and good defending there from Tinkler. Studies ground. But pressure from both sides. Pretty good at the moment. Trying to cut each other down.
It's been interesting first 20, hasn't it? Well, heading towards 20 minutes anyway. Just the side really in control of anything they're doing. It just feels a bit rushed at the moment. I don't think it's nerves. I think it's just the way the game's panning out.
Well, Davy Steele is listening in from the Isle of May as usual. We've got someone in Bencham. We've got someone in Turkey. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us and sending messages. It's still 0-0 here at the moment as Chorley put the ball over the top. Magnet and Jacob Blythe having a good battle there. It's cleared by Story, but only as far as Tomlinson. But now Gateshead can just hook it clear. But at the minute, anywhere will do for Gateshead. Ali has it on the left-hand side. He's got the overlap with Henley, but he puts the ball across the box. Jacob Blythe wins the header, but it falls to a Gateshead shirt, and Ward clears that one. And it's going to be going out for a throw-in. Scott Leather puts it all the way back to his keeper. Baines
good.
Has to play it back to the keeper. Now a kick by Irwin.
Someone needs to challenge.
Well, just need to get that pressure under control. Chorley, just much like spells on Saturday with Southport, just getting that second ball a little bit quicker as the ball's played forward. Story under pressure from Hall, and he's put it out for a throw in next to the corner flag on our right hand side.
We've
got Cow Daly listening in from Portugal. Thank you very much. We've got Darren Blackburn listening from Portsmouth. But Andy Halls has the ball in his hands, and he's going to do a long throw here. He's going for the 6-yard box.
Lewis Baines has come forward, big centre back, hasn't he? There's a lot of
targets in there. As the ball is headed clear, Ollie gets it through to Kedwin Scott, but it's going to fall to Captain Leather. Puts it out, nodded over there by Baines, and fortunately for Gateshead, over everybody and out for a goal kick.
The one thing I would say is Gateshead have got a lot of options on the bench.
Certainly have. We're just looking at the bench now. You've got 1 second, Paul Blackett come back from injury. You've got Matty Jacob, who's a threat in the air, Conor Malley, who's an attacking presence as well, and Ryan Womble, the youngster who was signed from Sunderland Academy beginning of the season, who been involved in some good, a really good goal with Luke Williams earlier in the season. So we know he's capable of help make goals.
The gaffer.
And the gaffer as well, Mike Williamson, of course, who was more or less like a right winger on
good Wayne.
At times on Saturday, and that's a foul on Henley by Bailey. And to me, that just looked like it being out-muscled there, but
just got the ball first.
Well, someone listening in from Gateshead. Thank you, Sarah. Free kick here, and Gateshead with a set piece to get here. It's a free kick just inside the Chorley half. It's up there. Good defensive line did well, and Story heads it clear, and Ollie, for good measure, puts it out, but didn't get the ball that high up the pitch, and Gateshead still sitting deep at the moment. Andy Halls quickly takes the throw back to Lewis Baines.
We've got to remember, that Chorley are sat fifth in the league, and this is a tough game.
It certainly is, as the ball comes out to Whitehouse here on the right-hand side. It's a good ball. His touch was good to control it. Gives it to Andy Halls, who takes a touch inside, goes for his shot. It doesn't curl. It goes straight as a die, and about 10 yards past the post.
Wouldn't it be ironic if Gateshead, after scoring all these goals this season,
when it was a 0-0?
When it was a 0-0.
Well, I don't think there'll be too many people complaining. Kieran McCaffrey is listening from Glasgow. Thank you very much. Liam Hall from Gateshead, someone listening from Deckham as well. Thank you for your messages. Very much appreciated. Remember, share the stream. Let's get more people involved in listening to this one today. And Mark, just looking around, the ground filled up a little bit more after kick-off.
Big crowd in it.
Definitely.
And a really good contingent travelling from the northeast as well.
I'm hoping to be picked up on the microphone at the moment. They are in full voice on the far side. So throw into Gateshead on the halfway line in front of the Ronnie Pilkington stand. Of Pilkington Oils, I believe.
Two and two together there, Dave.
I certainly did, but I was trying to trick the listeners into that I had a fine knowledge of oil distributors in the northwest. As the ball is played forward, headed up in the air, Henley tries to keep it in, and it goes out, and it's a Gateshead through halfway inside the Chorley half on the far side. As Tinkler takes it, and that was a bit of a waste, but ball goes out of play for a throw in a very similar position to Gateshead.
Headland going over.
Well, we've got Rob in Edinburgh, originally from Bencham. Thank you very much for sending your message. Got a long throw coming in here from Kedwin Scott.
Louis Story going in there again. Didn't do that on Saturday.
You've got Taylor Charters and Dan Ward on the edge of the box. Nearly everybody back. For Chorley as Baines heads it clear. Now it's can clear again, and Whitehouse is in a foot race here, but Magnier gets in front of him, calmly plays it back to Marshall. Marshall just waiting for the team to recapture their shape before he distributes it up the pitch. Baines brings it down, gives it to Halls, the right back, plays it down the line looking for the run of Jacob Bly. Magnier puts it out, touch for a throw-in.
I think the one thing Gateshead need to do top end of the pitch is, the two centre backs at Chorley are getting free balls when it's going forward. And I just think they just need to affect the man a bit more.
Well, Halls going to put a cross in here to straight towards the keeper. It's a good cross considering that he had a player in front of him. But Marshall comfortably plucks that out the air. Hunter gives it across to Taylor Charters, who Plays it into the middle, back-headed by Ward, but Leather's there to clear it. Bounces through and Hall brings the ball down. Whitehouse is there for an option, plays it out to him. He's got 3 Gateshead players in front of him. And gets the ball back, though, right down to the dead ball line. Can it get there to cross it in? And it's a goal kick to Gateshead.
Again, Gateshead just giving away easy possession there. You know, it's just a... Charters, for me, just had time there just to try and pick out the pass, but he's just lumped it aimlessly forward. It's been picked up by Chorley, and Gateshead got a bit away with one there a bit because they had a 2v1 on Charters and didn't really work as well as they should have.
Well, it's quite a mild day here today, and just looking at the Gateshead players' shirts, they're absolutely lathered in sweat today, aren't they? They're putting a shift in. There's Marshall. Plays it straight to Whitehouse. That was an awful clearance. Whitehouse gets the ball back. Can it control it? Bounces off Taylor Charters' back and out for a throw. You couldn't have tried to do that, Mark.
Certainly couldn't. I didn't get a clue where the ball was. Just not getting
Halls gets the ball back from Hall. Hall now. Back to Halls. Halls now puts a deep cross in. Marshall. Oh! Ali was coming in. Second time asking you to get to that, but comfortable enough. Rolls it out to Tinkler. Right hand side. Brings the ball forward. Covered by Ali, so he passes it back to Magne. Plays it into Marshall, who's out his box like a sweeper. Plays it out to the left-hand side. Great vision to Taylor Charters, and, well, he was under pressure and the ball goes out for a throw there. And Lewis Story not happy with the linesman there.
Interesting to see Mike Williamson just having a little word with Taylor Charters there, just telling him to calm down when he's in possession.
Yeah, well, Gateshead win the ball back, but the control wasn't the greatest. And now Henry can bring the ball forward on the left-hand side, across the halfway line. He's got Ali in front of him. Cleverly in the centre, who he uses now. Cleverly to Tomlinson. Tomlinson looks up, he's got Whitehouse in acres of space here. And Taylor Charters is over to try and block his move. So is Ollie. Takes it down to the dead ball line, crosses it in deep towards the back post. It's in the back of the net. Jacob Blythe puts it in the back of the net at the back post. It was a deep cross. The goalkeeper was backpedaling, and there was Jacob Blythe to nod it in.
Yeah, it's a great header back post, lovely cross. But for me, Taylor Charters on the left here, he's just let that cross come in a little bit too easy for me. Whitehouse down the right has had too much time, too much space. Charters has got to get in space and affect the cross. He hasn't done that. And then back post, Jacob Blythe, it's the sort of thing he's done throughout his career. Peeled off at the back post. It's a great header. Once he's got above Magne, I think he's always scoring there.
Well, very reminiscent of the last time Gateshead played here when it was in the FA Cup. There was a cross come in deep and it was planted into the back of the net. Well, Gateshead will look back into this now. Well, we're back underway after we had that celebratory music as Magne plays it inside to Ward. Ward puts it back to Magne. It's flicked on. Can Scott get in front of Leather? No, he can't. Keeper gathers that. Well, some stunned faces behind the goal to our right-hand side at the moment. Gateshead fans try to get back into voice. Currently 1-0 to Chorley here at Victory Park. Whitehouse goes down with ease and Gateshead can bring the ball away as Charters plays it to Ollie. Ollie plays it inside to Langstaff. Back to Ollie. This is good stuff. This is better from Gateshead. We need a delivery. Left-hand side of the box. Puts it across. Keeper gets that all day. Just plucks it out the air. Needed to be put in with a bit of pace and it hit that one.
I don't actually think you need to put it in, because he wasn't being closed down there, Greg.
Yeah.
But
it was better, though.
It was much better. That's much better.
Better creativity as Irwin launches this one up. Magne wins the header. Cleverly beaten in the air by Bailey. Now it's with Taylor Charters. Charters looks to play the ball over the top, looking for the run of the forward line, but Scott Leather lets that bounce back to the keeper.
I don't know if Kevin Scott's injured or it doesn't look at his usual vibrant self today.
Well, Gateshead need to find a little bit of a spark of their composure as Blythe wins the header, but Bailey picks up the ball in midfield, plays it out to Tinkler. Hunter has it now in the centre of the pitch, back to Tinkler. Gets a building from the back. Story. Left-hand side with Charters. Plays it inside to Hunter. Hunter plays a first-time ball forward without really looking. Cleared by Chorley. And the ball forward's going to go all the way back to Marshall.
So that's exactly what I mean there, what I was talking about Gateshead. The passing in midfield just hasn't been quite at it today. It's in hope rather than anything else.
For me, obviously I've played Football Manager a couple of times, Mark. I would swap Ward and Ollie round in the rules at the moment. Try and get Ollie with them pinpoint passes forward, but Kedwin Scott chasing that down. Does he keep it in? He did.
Done very well there.
The ball goes out for a throw on the far side.
That was better.
Great stuff. I think that answered the questions if he was injured there, because he
did well. He did well. I don't know if it was just because of the pass from Charters looked slightly overhit, and there was no, with all the will in the world, he wasn't going to get to us.
Well, Kedwin Scott waiting for the ball, hasn't come back yet. Have we lost it? Oh, we've had another one thrown on. It must have went behind the old terracing on the far side there.
There is a ball boy the other side of that, by the way.
Well, we have a solitary seagull flying over the pitch. Now the ball, tricked us.
Dummy.
He's going to do his run again. A little bit of pushing and shoving in there. At the moment, in comes the ball, short to Langstaff. Langstaff chests it down, gets it back to Scott. Now Langstaff gets it. Goes for a shot from the edge of the box. Not troubling the goalkeeper, and it's a goal kick. If you're just joining us, Chorley 1, Gateshead 0 here at Victory Park. Jacob Blythe, the former Gateshead striker that never actually got to wear the colours.
Can we call him a former Gateshead striker?
Technically.
I did get an interview when he signed again.
Yeah, we give him the big push when he signed, because there was some goals on Sky Sports that we could use on the podcast. There's Irwin's powerful goal kick here. Hunter wins the header, but it goes more behind him. Whitehouse wins it, cleared by Chorley. Leather puts it right back up towards the edge of the box. It's dangerous, brought down well by Ali inside the box. Oh, he's touched let him down because he wrong-footed Magnier there, but Taylor Charters wanting some more support, but it's a good ball for Kedwin Scott to chase onto, and great stuff there from Kedwin Scott.
That is absolutely outstanding from Kedwin Scott.
That is an educated player's way of bringing a foul on.
Get in front of the man, slow down, make contact.
Well, this is a good area to whip the ball into the box, maybe even for a shot. It's about 4 or 5 yards from the corner of the penalty box here on the left-hand side. Ollie stands over it, right-footed. He can whip this in. Maybe a bit tight for a shot, but definitely a good opportunity to get across into the box.
This is one of these that, if you get it right, it can miss everyone and go in that far post.
Well, we've seen Ollie score from free kicks before. What can we see from this set piece? Ollie takes a few steps back. He's looking to cross this way, and it's not going to be a shot. In it comes. It's all right in front of the keeper, and he just, I think it was Lewis Story was coming in to try and get contact, but the keeper was able to dive down and collect it to his left-hand side.
Great ball, and it's a perfect ball. It just needed one touch from, I think it was Lewis Story, wasn't it? A little touch, and I think the keeper's already committed.
He was following the flight of the ball, certainly, but the ball goes all... Oh! Well, you nearly heard something coming out your mouth there that I didn't think was going to happen, but the ball goes over Marshall's head, bounced, deceived him, went past the post, not into the back of the net. And
just a quick one, Brackley or 2-0 up.
Well, yeah, we've got the confirmation here. Well, if the first instant didn't wake up Philip Marshall, hopefully that one does. It's a hard surface, and that bounced right over him. Tinkler plays the ball forward. Ball played back, good pressure from Ollie's chasing down the goalkeeper and Halls. Still chasing Halls. Halls is going to have to play it forward. Nice tackle from Ollie, and out it goes for a throw. Good pressure. That's what we need to see more of. Captain leading from the front. Halls with the throw in down the line. Whitehouse didn't win the header. Dan Ward needs to manage to get it through, and Story back to
kick. Great kick, actually.
Philip Marshall. Ball bouncing. Baines clears it right up in the air. Magny misses the header, and Jacob Blythe goes down there, clutching his head as if he's been hit. He's back up though, trying to get back into the box. Ali has it, overlap with Henley. Henley puts the ball, grass cutter in, intercepted by Magny. And now Gateshead have a ball over the top. Can Langstaff control it? He can. Needs some support though. He's running down towards the corner flag. Cut inside.
Needs some help.
Needs some players to be busting the gut to get up there and help him. And now Hunter has it in the centre. Charters on the left-hand side. He doesn't see the run. Plays it inside to Ward. Ward plays it to Scott back to Ward. Now it's with Charters from Ollie. We need a delivery into the box as Taylor Charters tries to get past Whitehouse. Wins a corner.
That's better. That's much better. Getting the ball down, playing it. Gateshead have just gone a little bit away from what's got them, to the top of the table this season first off. And I think the best moments have come when they've got the ball down and played it.
I think you might be right about Kedvin Scott there, because he couldn't really motor to get up there.
So a good ball in.
Ollie here on the left-hand side. Going to put this corner in. Story jostling it in the near post with Bailey. In it comes. Ali heads it clear. But it's going to fall to Tinkler. Can he put the ball back into the danger zone? Tries to put it back out to Ollie on the left-hand side. Tinkler nods it down to Ward. Lays it off to Charters on the left. Inside to Ward. Ward. Magnier wins the ball back just as well. And now Gator can break down the left-hand side. Plays it. Ollie's still got the ball. I thought he was going to let go of it. Plays into the centre to Hunter. Hunter, if he looks up, he's got Kedwin Scott there, but gives it to Ollie. Now Tinkler looks to get the ball forward. Hunter in space in the centre. Plays it into the middle. Ward. Under pressure from three players. He's still going though. And now he gets it out to Ryan Bailey. Owen Bailey even. And a poor ball forward, intercepted by Henley. And lovely tackle there from Greg Ollie. Gator win the ball back in the centre, and Gator get it under control. Charters plays it down the wing. That's a lovely run from Ollie here on the left-hand side of the box. Still got the ball. Is it going to stay in? It has. He's got past his man. And was he fouled? He was. Free kick here.
That's much better.
And I think Ollie's took a knock there. He's down on his... I'm hazarding the guess. It's midriff or a little bit lower. No, it's midriff. Yeah, stomach.
Just a little spell here for Gateshead where they've just improved a little bit and got back to playing the ball on the floor. They look a better side for it.
Well, it's something we know with this goalkeeper and defenders. The ball in has to be perfect, otherwise they're going to eat them up all day. Greg Ollie now takes a few steps back. Now the ball comes in towards the keeper. Oh, and he just puts it. Yeah.
It's not the worst ball,
Owen under no pressure there to distribute it quickly. Gateshead can get back into shape. Both defenders back now. Launches the ball up here towards Blythe. Finds Tomlinson. Tomlinson under pressure from Ward. He slips and he's been given...
He's taking it.
He's taken it. Well, he took the free kick between Dan Ward's legs there. The referee saying he's in charge, but he did take the quick free kick.
Tomlinson looks shattered, doesn't he?
There's a few players out there. I think it's more humid than we think. Ali is in space here on the right-hand side. Ollie's marked it there, but the ball goes through the centre. It's going to be chased by Baines on the far side. He pokes it out for a throw indicated, which they'll try and take quickly here, get the ball moving. But Chorley managed to get back into shape to stop that.
I think, obviously Gateshead have got a good squad, but I think they are missing that spark of Adam Campbell, just a touch here.
Yeah, just something to hold it up midfield and get them players running around him. So now Tinkler puts it over the top. Kedwin Scott Leather does well to get in front of him and clear the ball up. Tinkler wins the header. Headed back towards Gates defence, and Magnier launches it up. Well, lovely brought down, but he just couldn't control the second bounce there. As Gateshead need to be careful because now they've got the ball back in midfield. Lost it again though. Ball played through. Tinkler had to be there. Beautiful stuff. Read it well. Got a free kick for these troubles. And he had to be focused there because Halls was going to get through. Connor Hall, sorry. 1-0 to Chorley if you are just joining us. I think we've got about 5 minutes remaining of normal time here. Gateshead just need just a point to lift the league title today. Headed away from the Chorley defence, up in the air by Gateshead, and the ball falls to Jacob Blythe, the goal scorer. Tinkler does well to get in front of Whitehouse, and the two wingers have swapped wings here, Ali and Whitehouse. So Whitehouse on the left, Ali on the right.
I do wonder if there's some value in considering Paul Blackett's second half and going to that front three.
Possibly. As the ball's played over the top and intercepted, nodded back in by Whitehouse, and as I mentioned before, Mark, a little bit reminiscent of Saturday when Southport were picking up the second ball, but Kedwin Scott does well. Played into the centre. Can Macaulay Langstaff get it to a teammate? He just nods it behind Dan Ward, and now Leather, the captain, brings it forward. It's out to Whitehouse on the left-hand side. Gets past Bailey. Still going with the ball. Still going. Puts the ball into the box. It's a decent one. Nodded down into the ground by Story. Tinkler has to nod it to Bailey. Bailey clears it up the pitch. And now it's going to come to Andy Halls, who poor ball there. Plays it to Kedwin Scott. Oh, he tried to play it through for the run. Tried to play it through for the run of Macaulay Langstaff straight off the captain Leather. Baines gets past, jinked, and then passed it back to his goalkeeper. Ball is going to bounce into the keeper's hands there.
Do you know Langstaff and Scott are feeding on absolute crumbs here?
Yeah, they're not getting much at all, are they? Irwin's kick up and and that's a push definitely on Magnier. Flag from the linesman here. Free kick to Gateshead inside the box.
Experience.
That's certainly what Carl Magnier's brought back to the Gateshead squad. Of course, he was a player in the Wembley season. Pivotal player. Comes back after promotions and Football League experience. As the ball's played through there, Macaulay Langstaff holds it up. He's still going. They quickly closed down. No, didn't able. Can get to pick up the loose ball. They can't. And the ball goes out to the far side as Whitehouse puts the ball over the top. Magnier's there though to nod it to Tinkler, who controls it well. Gets past his man with a bit of trickery.
Has his options.
Taylor Charters busting a gut now, but that's a little bit late. Now Ward picks it up. Now to Charters on the left-hand side. Down the line for Ward to chase. Halls has got in front of him. It's going to do well. We didn't think he needed to take a touch there, Halls. Now it's nodded to Dan Ward on the edge of the box. Can he get nice control? Ward, can he pull it back across? Corner. Good stuff there. That was intelligent play by Ollie when he nodded it back down to Ward.
It's just little signs as half time's coming that gate, so we're just starting to get into gear.
Well,
just need to find a goal when they're starting to get themselves on top.
Ollie carrying the ball, places it down at the corner flag. Takes it short to Ward. Ward takes a touch, gives it back to Ollie. Ollie puts it towards the back post. Headed clear though by the Chorley defence, and Whitehouse collects the ball. Closed down, no good pressure from Hunter to make them pass the ball backwards. Now it's went up. And Taylor Charters gets the ball under control, but he's dispossessed, and that's poor. Offside flag goes up, and I'll tell you what, that was close. Very, very close.
I'm going to say I think Taylor Charters looks very nervous today. Really nervous. I do wonder if there's a call and possibly Jacob coming on at left back.
Possibly. I think there might be a change, maybe even two at half time, who knows. But they need to adapt to the game that's in front of them. Now Story brings the ball forward.
It's a movement.
Taylor Charters now receives the ball. Plays it back to Story. Story plays it into the centre. Kedwin Scott's in space. He's on the edge of the box. Gives it to Ollie on the left-hand side of the box. He's driving in with it now. Needs to pick out a claret and blue shirt. He does. He finds Bailey. Puts it to Taylor Charters, who was too narrow. He keeps it in, and he's been dispossessed, and he's won the ball back. Good tackle. Story carries the ball forward. Gives it to Ollie. Ollie now plays it into the groin of Halls. Played forward as Hall brings it down. Hunter covering it. Nice tackle from.
Now you go.
Now can Ollie play the ball forward? Lovely ball. He's onside. Can he get into the box? Macaulay Langstaff. Can he finish it? Puts it in. Keeper makes a good save. Bounces over. Hasn't went out yet. It has now for a corner. And well,
that's better. It's but I said it as we get towards half time. Gateshead are starting to find them passes again. Unlucky from Langstaff. Just a narrow angle in the end though.
Tight angle, but the keeper does well to palm it away. I think it might come off his forearm, actually.
It's a good save, to be fair. He's one of the better keepers in the division. Stayed up high, stayed up strong, and just blocked off any chance.
Well, we're yet another corner for Gateshead. Ollie from the right-hand side. So went long low there, and it's been cleared. Tinkler has to bust a gut to get over there, and that is the half-time whistle. Gateshead go in, trailing by a goal to nil. Jacob Blythe scoring from a header at the back post. Gateshead, they showed flashes of what we're capable of doing, but lacking that certain bit of quality in the final third.
I think that sums it up perfectly, Dave. I think it's, the one thing is, it is still only 1-0. Gateshead are still in the game. I don't think they'll play. I don't think they've been poor. They just haven't been quite at it, but I don't think they've been at the levels we expect. I don't think they'll do that again second half. I think they'll come out stronger in the second half. We may see changes, but they are still very much in this game. I know we keep saying about what's going on at Hereford with Bradley 2-0 up, but you've just got to
concentrate on what's here. Yeah,
it's exactly what Mike Williamson said all season. We focus on ourselves, not what's going on elsewhere, and that'll be the case second half. 1 goal in it. Let's just keep going.
Certainly is. Well, we're going to have a little break here. We're going to play a highlight from when we spoke to Ross Black a few months ago. I know we keep saying we're going to be putting a new one up, but we will for the next week's game. So this is what the Heat Army podcast is normally like on a Thursday night. We have guests, players, former players, people around, and say if you'd like to join us on a Thursday night, 9 p.m. This is what the Heat Army podcast is all about, and it's 100% live. Well, I don't know what happened at the end of that video. The Gator badge was supposed to be behind it, so I don't know what's happened there. But from things looking bad to things looking beautiful, Ross is with us now. How are you doing?
Hi, lads. You all right? I'm doing well.
Well. Not better now, Ross?
Oh, a lot better, thank you.
Good. So we had the lads on from Inspired and the team last week, and things are looking very positive from the foundation. Another string to the bow with the club with that team being introduced. But we spoke to obviously the lads, and there's a lot of work to be done to get that team to the Costa Blanca. Is there anything that you want to add in the way fans can get involved to help with getting them there?
Yeah. So luckily enough, I met the lads today. So we had another meeting with the club and the foundation ourselves. Inspired. We've got now in place 2 bucket collections for upcoming home games. So they'll be announced when it's all set in store. So that'll be good. So the lads as well who will be involved in the tournament will be there. So you can chat to the lads when you're on the way in the ground. Inside the concourse area. I'm sure you'll see them. It'll be good just to get them familiarised with the rest of the fan base. Because they are going to be another Gateshead FC team out there. We're going to have a big push on player sponsorship. As if like the normal first team does, and the ladies team, so you can sponsor a player once the teams are announced. That'll be another big way. We've had talks about potentially doing a 24-hour football match.
Yeah, that was mentioned last week. That'd be
good if we could get that streamed as well, so you can donate whilst watching the stream. That was something we talked about today, which we would hope to get involved in. And from a foundation point of view, we're all going to be doing. It's not just a one-off thing. We're hoping to take this further so that we can compete under the Gateshead FC banner in Britain, in leagues, in competitions with fellow disability teams up and down the country. And I feel like this is just the start of things to come. Hopefully,
to say that sorry, I'll just say this and then like Mickey just to say it's another string to the bow. We would say how far we've come in such a short space of time since we all know what happened. To have a ladies team and now moving on to having this and having a disability team is just showing you how much the club is growing and reaching out.
100%. Like I say, we'll get on the other stuff with the foundation as well after we speak about Inspired. But it's great that they felt comfortable to come on board with the foundation and the club. We're building relationships there that are going to take the club to the next level. And I think also we're learning as a club that we are a hub of the community, and I feel like since we've become fan-led and local business-led, it's really had that feel to it, which, of course, we've always had a great relationship when like Graham Wood was in charge. But this time we've got to go out there and do it ourselves, and I feel like as a foundation, and a shout out to the trustees as well who work non-stop to get these links and make sure that these links are out there, and I feel like we're getting to a point now where we're starting to see a bit of growth and the name's out there a lot more. And I think that coincides with the field inside the stadium as well. Even before results flew up at the start of the season, it did feel a much more community feel to things. And what I notice as well on a match day is you do see a lot more families there now. And I feel like with the work the foundation's doing, the club's doing, and just the overall match day experience, that can be a good way to start. Seeing all the young lads and lasses coming to see the Gateshead and hopefully being the number 1 team is what you want.
Definitely.
I mean, midweek games, we always struggled. Nearly 900 there on Tuesday. I think the previous Tuesday we had a game was something similar, and getting over 1,000 on a Saturday. So things are starting to go up, and that's got to have something to do with the community-based themed in the club. It's got to have, in my opinion, it does anyway.
Yeah, I think it works hand in hand. I think if you're inside the community as well and enjoying the football club, then it comes to a point where you want supporters there that aren't going to come just when we're doing well. Because at the moment, we've got to capitalise on the good performances we are doing, but we've also got to build a platform where the services we're doing in the community is then reflected in fans being brought on. So that would be one for the future.
I mean, obviously, when the foundation got put in place, it coincided with the pandemic starting, and it was kind of I'm not going to say baptism of fire, but the foundation was maybe drawn into things that it didn't think it was going to be drawn into. And I know it wasn't done for a PR side, but it goes a long way when people on social media was seeing Ben Clark, the Gateshead tops out there, people doing things in the club being seen to be active in helping the community when it wasn't about the football, it was about the community and everyone around here, and to make sure everyone was all right. And also on a mental health front as well, with the phone number that was out there. There was so many strings to that bow that were tied up straight away and were put into action that maybe you would think could probably take a little while. I think it put the foundation in a light that maybe elevated it a little bit quicker than what it would have just, reaching out initially. It got knee deep into the community right at the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. Like even just before the pandemic, we were lucky enough to get links with the Gateshead Food Bank, and before one of the home games, we had a big, massive food collection. And I don't think we knew how big it was going to take off and how well the fan base would respond. And the Gateshead Foundation would, the food bank, sorry, were over the moon with how much food was brought in by the fan base. They said it was huge, and that's one thing we are still going to do. We had 3 dates slotted in, and due to COVID and the FA Cup and that, we haven't managed to get that done yet. But that's definitely one thing we're going to be doing upcoming. And there's a few things, like Ben and doing such a good job, and the other coaches are on board. We're now in 6 schools in the Gateshead area.
That's fantastic. I know that was always a big thing ever since I've been a Gateshead fan. The club wanting to get into schools, and whether it was a case of getting it done or not having the resources to get it done, having it now in place is just, as I say, we keep saying it. There's so many positives at the moment, and but it all goes down to the hard work of the people behind the foundation. People like yourself and the trustees.
Yeah, the whole trustees, I list them all off, but they probably wouldn't want a thing, but the work they do, behind the scenes, they put in the hard yards, the attend the meetings, they apply for grants, they get things done. Like I say, the walking football sessions, they've been very successful. We've got 4 on now in the area.
We're not selling out. Every time you look, they're full.
Yeah, they're very busy. And the good thing is for me is we're getting different people in of all ages for the open ones, and then the select ones, we're getting people who are coming in for the first time maybe, and they're feeling comfortable. And the good thing for me was I seen 2 people who were seeing the walking football then in the crowd. You know what I mean? And it's something that you hadn't. It's all about one community and one big fan base, and that's what, getting people out there, getting healthy, having exercise, walking football. And I know it's just walking. It sounds silly, but when you do it, it's tough. It's not easy. Yeah.
You don't have to
your first touch is as bad as mine.
But yeah, the Junior Heed Club as well, you'll notice that's on again this Saturday, so for any young kids who are massive Gateshead fans, or even if they're not, they just want to play football, they get a good coaching session with Ben. I've seen him work, he's brilliant at what he does, and that's on every Saturday. You can just go on our website, the Gateshead Foundation website, and you can register there and get that done before match day on a Saturday, so the kids can go have a training session with Ben, and then hopefully come watch the lads at 3 o'clock, And when I was a kid, we went, I just turned up the matches and I had that on top, it'd be brilliant. And I feel like that would be, for the young Heat Army coming through, that would be perfect.
It is. It's as I say, you mentioned that the club's planting seeds, and was starting to see things flourish from that. And that's, someone might be watching now and going, well, it was only 2 people come along. But if you're doing that each month, each year, it keeps building up and building up. And as I say, well, you join us back here as we await the teams to come back out for the second half. Thank you to everyone that is sending the messages. Sarah Mollett and Mike Embleton, thank you for sending your messages. Obviously, we want you to interact here in the second half. Mark, we've had a little chance to decompress here during the half time. We've been a bit quiet, actually. Normally, we're a little bit more chatty. I just think we know what needs to be done. There just needs to be a little bit more work higher up the pitch.
Yeah, I think that's bang on. I think just retain possession a little bit better, make better choices in the final third. I think there's been a little lack of cohesion between, and it's not very often to say this season, but Langstaff and Scott. I do think Adam Campbell's been a miss, but I still think there's more than enough in this Gateshead side to get something. I look at
There is going to be a substitution. Taylor Charters is coming off for Matty Jacob. I've just seen the subs board there. So whether that is to see how it go in the next 5-10 minutes, or that will happen when we come back out onto the pitch, we will let you know as soon as that happens. Sorry, Mark, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, it's funny, I was going to say, I think maybe, Charters for me's looked a little bit edgy at left back, and I don't think that's a bad change. The other thing Matty Jacob gives you is I think he's slightly better going forwards as well. But look at, we can be all doom and gloom all we want, but at the end of the day, Gateshead are 1 goal down. They have been in worse situations this season, and they need 1 goal in the back in it. And if they get that 1 goal, they win the league. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So I say simple as that. It's not that simple, but it's not as bad as some things I've seen on social media. Yes, they haven't played well first half, but they are only 1 goal down, and we know we've seen it enough this season. There is more than enough in this Gateshead squad, this Gateshead side, to get back into the game in any situation. So keep the faith, and let's hope it's a better second half.
Yeah, well, just up and down, the subs are still warming up. The teams aren't back out yet, but as I say, that commentators, because out come the players led by Greg Ollie, and it doesn't look like there is a Taylor Charters coming back out for the second half, and Matty Jacobs is stripping down to enter the fray here at Victory Park. If you're just joining us, it's Chorley 1, Gateshead 0. Gateshead, let's put it into brass tacks here. They need to score a goal and get a point out of this game to guarantee on goal difference thus far the title, bar a catastrophe next weekend. But Gateshead, they've got a lot to do. As Mark said before, Gateshead's been in a lot tougher positions than this, but this is a side that has to be respected. We've seen what they've been able to do. There was a beautiful ball across, maybe a little bit too easy to get it across, but Jacob Blythe was there to nod it into the back of the net. But we've seen flashes in the last 8-7 minutes there of the first half where Gateshead turned the screw and made the Chorley defence have to panic and run back.
Absolutely no doubt whatsoever that the last sort of 10 minutes, I would say, of that first half was a lot better from Gateshead. They started showing signs of that passing game. We know they like to play, but I just think it's got to be better all over the park second half, and I've got no doubt they'll do that.
Definitely. Well, we're going to be underway. Gateshead shooting from left to right here. They are shooting towards the Gateshead fans in fancy dress. I did notice, Mark, that one of the bananas has deflated somewhat. No, he's back up. He's back up fully erect there behind the goal.
Well, we're all excited. Dave.
We are, and I've seen a Fred Flintstone over there and Arab, or a Sheik, should I say. So maybe some Newcastle. Sheiks are here to watch. And there's a few, I think there's a leprechaun over there as well. Maybe even a bishop. But we're about to get underway here for the second half as Whitehouse stands over the ball, lays it to Scott Leather, who plays it up the line or towards there, and there was and Tinker took a whack there, and he was running it off, but he took a whack in the back of the calf there. There was a comment together between him and Matty Jacob. Nothing in it. It was just two players running for the same ball. They went down in a heap. Well, thank you for your messages. Keep them coming in. Let us know where you're listening from in the world if you're just joining us. Tinkler with a long throw down the line here on the right-hand side. Tomlinson kicked it forward. Hunter puts it back. Leather. Bit of head tennis at the moment.
Down.
Halls has headed it forward. Bailey goes up to win the header. Falls to Ali here on the left-hand side of Chorley's attacking side of the pitch. Plays it into the middle there. Story has to nod it down wards there to hook it clear. And it's going to fall to Greg Ollie, who can control the ball. Just stops, checks. Now plays the ball across to Kedwin Scott. He wouldn't sit up for him, but he does well to control it with a second touch. He's still going with the ball, needs some support. He's under pressure from two players. Down he goes. Free kick, good position.
That's excellent.
He drew the foul in from Scott Leather, and I think this might be a caution here for Scott Leather. It's a second time.
Much better.
The score is 1-0 Gold Clown to Chorley at the moment, but Gateshead have a free kick here, about 20 yards out here on the right-hand side of the box. Well, Ollie stole a few yards back there. It was a little bit closer, I thought, but Ollie is going to whip this one in. Big men hovering around. Back over the other side of the box, back over the other side of the penalty box, from the penalty spot.
Jack Hunter sitting on his own edge of the box as well.
He is. Ollie now takes a few steps back. In comes the ball towards the penalty spot, and it's been put behind for a corner. And Gateshead fans showing their appreciation behind their Michael May has asked, is Adam Campbell injured? He is. He's not involved in the match day squad at all today. Well, Ollie's going to take this corner now. Goes in. And ball's not clear. It's not into the back of the net. Magny equalizes and brings Gateshead right back into it. He's really excited and somehow. Come on!
Brilliant. I can see we've won the header near post. But I tell you what, it's a great header. At Magny, there's only one winner. He's got in there. It's a brilliant header in the far corner, by the way.
Beautiful.
It's the only place he could have scored. There's a donut gone up in the away end. There's all sorts going on in there. Fantastic start to the second half from Gateshead.
Oh, just what the doctor ordered, and Gateshead are back into it. It's 1-1 here at Victory Park. Gateshead.
There's a lot of feeling going on here.
There certainly is. Now, there was a slip in the initial cross into the box. There was a player went down in the box, and I did notice that. But then the ball come back out, then back in. So that's what the appeals are for, I believe. We're not blessed with VAR or monitors here at the moment. But yes, Gateshead back in it, 1-1. Carl Magny, the Gateshead boy, puts it into the back of the net. Cometh the man, cometh the Magny.
There you go.
Ball bounces through. Scott Leather puts it, nods it back to his keeper, Irwin.
Just the start they needed.
Well, Robert is covered in goosebumps. Oh. Now it's getting exciting as Bailey put forward there, and offside flag comes up there. Kedwin Scott.
Just think Kedwin Scott's starting to affect their defenders, putting them off the game a little bit. You've seen a little bit of niggling going on.
Yeah, he's I mean, it's a funny thing to say sometimes non-league grounds. You can talk about going up and downhill, but just looking towards the other side, the box is on an angle on the other side what was shooting before. But we are shooting towards the Gateshead fans. Free kick to Gateshead, offside flag decision given. But the Gateshead, the goal area in the 6-yard box is absolutely just a little, well, it's about 10-yard space of mud, isn't it? Right bang in the centre. So, if Gateshead can get a shot, and, you never know where that ball could go in front of the goalkeeper. But the smile's on Ian Watson's face down there at the moment. And the crowd is, wow, fantastic. The crowd here is 1,811 with 323 travelling Gateshead fans. Amazing stuff. And they were sent into raptures before there.
Well, we said 300.
Yep.
So that'll be a guess.
It certainly is. Oh.
A little bit going on between the two.
Yeah, the two dugouts. James Velmaligo there is having his say with Ian Watson. Macaulay Langstaff back doing defensive duties. Wins a throw in there. Great pressure.
I'll tell you what, just hold on a second. Ali's come down, and I'll tell you what, that looked a bad one. He came down, I think he might have.
I followed the ball. I didn't see what happened. What did he land on?
His ankle.
His ankle.
It doesn't.
Oh yeah,
he's holding his knee actually. But he seemed to come down with all his weight on one leg, and when that happens, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Do you know, Malenik, I've got to be honest, I saw a bit of him when he was at South Shields. He only had a short spell there and got put out on loan, but he always looked dangerous on the ball. We haven't quite seen that, but I know he's done well since he's come here. I've read a few reports on him from Chorley fans and such like, and I think he's a really exciting player.
Well, he looks a very adaptable player because he started on the right wing, then went over onto the left and looked like he could vice versa. He started on the left, then on the right. He's on the left wing on this second half here, but he's receiving treatment at the moment. He's up onto his onto a knee and 1 foot there.
I should say, Dave, I should apologise because press box etiquette suggests that you shouldn't stand up and punch the air or anything when a goal goes in, but may well have done that.
Oh,
surely
I don't care. We're not in a box.
press area.
Press area. If we were in Barrow, it would have been a box. It's literally like a greenhouse here in there.
Looks like he's.
I think he might be. I don't know. He's come back towards the dugout here. He's walking a bit gingerly. We'll see if he can run it off.
They look nasty at first. They look worse than I think it actually is at first.
He's put his thumbs up to the referee. He'll be back in very, very shortly after this Ball is played. Out it goes for a Gateshead throw. On comes Ali, and Gateshead throw just in front of their own dugout.
Full time, yeah.
Oh. Well, thank you, Gavin Rudd, for the kind message there. So lots of people excited that they're back in it. Another throw into Gateshead and about 15 yards down the line.
Game of throw-ins at the minute.
But Gateshead venturing higher up the pitch. Ollie. Header skimmed off his head. Ali's all right there. He leapt to get that header. Leather nods the ball over towards Ali. Ali lays it off to Henley. Henley under pressure. Now Baines clears it right up the pitch, and Magny, the goal scorer, wins the header, fouled in the process. Free kick to Gateshead inside their own half.
Referee. It's like 5 yards forward.
He doesn't like the bottle to be taken quickly, does he?
Pernickety, my nana would call him. I don't even think it's a word.
Gateshead fans in great voice. Hopefully you can hear them on the mic. Gateshead with the free kick. Magny gonna take it.
Not a lot of height top end, is there? Another one Bailey here, probably.
Hunter's going up into the mix.
Jacob far post or far side.
Over it goes, and that's where it's going. He wins the header, put into the centre. Oh!
What a header that was.
Matty Jacob, a youngster on loan from Hull. Hunter nods it down to Macaulay Langstaff. He's under pressure. Lovely flick to Ollie. Back over the top to Kedwin Scott. He's onside. He has to go down the left-hand side of the box. Can he cut in and cross it in? He's still going. He's under pressure, though, from Whitehouse. Whitehouse still there with him.
He's got a man there. Just lay it off.
It's been cleared now, but only as far as Jacob, who Kung Fu kicks it forward. But it falls to a black and white shirt. And now Whitehouse can clear the ball up the pitch. Back heads it on. Magny is there to clear the ball over the halfway line. Story goes in for it. Magny goes up there with Blythe. Now Henley brings the ball forward on the left-hand side. Level of the corner box, puts it inside to Ali. Ali got Bailey and Tinkler in front of him. To put back to Baines, who puts a cross into the box, but curled away from where he wanted to put it. And now Ollie can bring the ball forward. Gets past his man. Driving forward. Dan Ward on the left-hand side. It's gone through the middle. He's onside. Kedwin Scott, can he finish it? Plays it off to Dan Ward. Oh, he's been missed it. He couldn't get there. The defender did enough. Unselfish to a fault, Kedwin Scott. And unfortunately, Dan Ward just couldn't poke it home.
I think he's just got to go himself. You know, I know he's trying to be unselfish, but can't really explain how good a chance that was for Kedwin Scott.
Oh, my word.
He's trying to do the unselfish thing.
He was 10 yards clear of any player around him. Keeper come out and close the angle. He did pass it across to Dan Ward at the penalty spot, but
what I would say, the defender's done very well, Henley.
I think was it Henley that got back? Yeah,
he's done superb there to get back and just put some pressure on and just put Dan Ward off. But oh, what a chance that was. Different side gates at second half.
The ball comes over the top again. This time Irwin comes out his box.
It's going to go all the way through.
Now it's going to roll through to him towards the dead ball line. Now he quickly throws it to... Oh, and good pressure here from Langstaff. Bailey. Now, if he can pass it inside. Corner kick. Good pressure from Gateshead.
Different side, second half. Just like
absolutely different side. This is the Gateshead we've seen all year. This is the Gateshead that has got itself to top of the league and the chance of winning the league this afternoon. Ollie comes over to take this one on our right-hand side here. The Gateshead fans behind the goal wait anxiously for this delivery.
Quite a few behind us as well.
It certainly is. They're being treated to a commentary masterclass as well.
Someone else doing it.
Well, Ollie now is going to put this one in. He does towards there. Oh, it's out edge of the box. Hunter gets it back to Ollie. Ollie takes a touch. Can he whip this in? He's got Ali in front of him. Gets past him, but Ali does very well. Good defensive duties there from the winger. And Tinkler races back to his own half and plays it back to Marshall. Credit to Ali there. That was good defending.
Very good defending. Dan Ward's away.
Oh, Ollie intercepts it, but Dan Ward's in space. But nearly the ball through for Langstaff. And lovely stuff. Ollie comes back, applies the pressure, wins the ball back. Baines under pressure from Kedwin Scott. This is great from Gateshead at the moment. Throw into, must have come off Scott's shins. Throw into Chorley, just in front of us.
The intensity and the pressure since the second half started has been brilliant from Gateshead in everything we didn't see first half. whatever was said in the dressing room's clearly made an impact.
Certainly has. Langstaff and Scott look absolutely dangerous up front at the moment with the movement. Henley with the throw down the left-hand side. There's a look. Both players were pulling on each other's shirts there, Bailey and Jacob Blythe, but it's been nodded out for another throw to Chorley, this time level with the corner of the box down here on the left-hand side. Hanley trots over to get the ball.
Feels like a game now.
Certainly does. I'm feeling my heart rate going up. We're about 15 minutes into the second half here. Gateshead level through. Carl Magny.
Don't be keeling over on me, Dave.
Oh,
I'm not doing league commentary.
oh, you're not going to be able to carry me if I fall on you.
I'll just fall the other way.
Just push us down the stairs when I'm done.
I was going to anyway.
Yeah. Well, Baines comes across. Looks like he must have a long throw on him. He's quite a tall man as well. You think he'd like to have him on the end of a long throw, but in it comes towards the 6-yard area, headed clear by Hunter, but it's going to fall to Whitehouse, who shoots.
Great
Oh,
block.
Ollie throws his body in front of the ball.
Wow, Greg Ollie.
Brave defending from the captain. And now Halls puts the ball up into the box, up towards Scott Leather.
Yeah.
Well, that would look like a push in the back initially, but Ollie puts it out
Not
to
offside. He's not
Kedwin
offside.
Scott. Kedwin Scott drives forward with the ball. He's got Macaulay Langstaff, who uses the run into the side of the box. Can he get there in front of Baines? He can,
Brilliant.
but he needs support. Can get it to Matty Jacob. Puts the ball in. Oh! Had the goalkeeper panic in there, but it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, there was a really high line there from Chorley, but we can see I'm literally right in line with that pass that was made, and he's definitely onside. The two centre-backs just a little bit deeper than the full-back. My voice keeps going, sorry.
Yeah, they don't look as comfortable, Baines and Leather, at the moment.
But I think this is because Gateshead have put them under more pressure.
Yeah.
As I say, the intensity, the pressure's gone up since half-time, and they're panicking a little bit. But Gateshead have got to take advantage. A second goal would be lovely.
Well, Irwin taking his time here to this goal kick.
It works for us.
It certainly does. Once again, a massive thank you for joining us here this afternoon. We know there was a BBC commentary, but there's a fair few of you who've joined us, and we're absolutely humbled to have you here with us here this afternoon. As Matty Jacob clears the ball.
What a ball that is.
Gets it to Macaulay
Touch.
Langstaff, brings it down
Right, where's the
nicely.
move
Now
from
he
front?
can open up on the left-hand side. He needs some support, though.
It's all right.
Gateshead players getting forward. Now Hunter receives the ball. Plays it forward to Ollie. Lovely little flick to Darren Ward. Can he get past his man? He can. Ward's still going. He's going to go for a shot off the deflected, off the heels of the defender in front of him. Not the heels, the front of his feet. And that was a push there on Magny and Jacob Blythe. Oh, we're going to have a delayed card here. I think Scott Leather is going to get a yellow card here for protesting, or he's pulling them back for something before.
I think it's a foul on Dan Ward.
Yeah.
Where he's nearly put him down the ground. I think he's.
Well, that's good refereeing. He pulled it back.
But it looks to me as if he's given it for possibly multiple fouls.
Well, he did point to 3 areas of the pitch there. That was the 3rd time, wasn't it?
Are we?
Well, unfortunately, is Magny still down? It is, yeah. Magny is still down at the moment. He did get a clattering there from Jacob Blythe. Oh, well. Well, still waiting for... Well, he's sat up now. He's made a hard stuff, Colin Magny.
Has he actually given the free kick?
No, it's a throw-in, I think.
Wow. Okay then.
Yeah, and he's just rubbing his head there, Magny.
Got any decent centre backs on the bench?
I don't know. I don't know if Gateshead have got any centre-back cover. Did he put the manager on? I don't know if he's got any experience.
Stick that young lad on.
Yeah. Well, it is a throw.
Wow.
Well, Magny waiting on the touchline, ready to come back on. Come on after the first touch of the ball, after the throw. Long throw from Tinkler. Henley wins the ball. Just went out for a throw just in front of the Chorley dugout to Gateshead. It is 1-1 here. If you are just joining us, Magny bring Gateshead back level after Jacob Blythe put Chorley in front in the first half. Nice control there. Can Kedwin Scott get the ball towards the corner flag? He can. Tries to whip it in for a cross, but goes behind for a goal kick. Was that a bit of sportsmanship from the fans there, throwing the ball the other way?
Did you see that at Everton yesterday? Whenever when injury time, whenever the ball went in the stands, the fans were keeping the balls. Wasted a little bit of time. I think we've seen something similar at Gateshead there.
Fantastic stuff. Well, Irwin trots back across after receiving the collecting the ball from the next to the linesman. Any interesting scores around the league, Mark?
Well, I'm more trying to look at the league table to see what today would do for them. So they are still in. They're still in fifth, so they'd be away at Kidderminster Harriers. But I think that's pretty much it for them.
Yeah. Oh, there's ball's put over the top. Oh, out it goes a play there. Tomlin's ball wasn't the greatest. Tomlinson, sorry. Dare I say, Mark, if Gateshead get another goal, that roof is going to come off that stand over there behind the goal.
The Frank Powell stand.
Yeah.
Do you know what Frank Powell does?
I don't know.
No, me neither.
I thought we were going to get a gem there, Mark. Ward gets it forward to Macaulay Langstaff, nods it on to Scott. Scott puts it back over the top to Macaulay Langstaff on the edge of the box. But he's been covered down, goes for the shot and nearly hits the top of the Frank Powell stand, and it's a goal kick. Yeah, Ollie made a nice run there, but committed to the shot. Well, Irwin, another goal kick here. As the Gateshead fans behind him are interacting, shall we say?
I'll have Google it. I'm still none the wiser.
Headed forward.
Don't foul.
Baines hoofs the ball down the line. Out it goes for a throw to Gateshead just in front of us here in our commentary position. Just inside the Chorley half here. Tinkler. A lot of movement in front of him, but nobody's really showing. Ollie gets it back from Tinkler. Tinkler does well to control it. Foul given though. This is a good opportunity to get the ball in the box, about 35 yards out.
It is there, but the other thing is, from a Chorley point of view, it's working in Gateshead favour because they are disrupting the flow of the game.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of time being eaten up every time they get fouls away like this.
Ollie just adjusts his socks. Magny up towards the back there as well. Be in the mix for when this ball comes in. In it comes. Headed. Oh, Henley didn't get the best there and it went behind. It's a corner. And there was Bailey coming in there. Magny, Story. But
you know what? If Gateshead take this quick, we've got 3-on-2 or 3-on-1. Take the time. Good score from a corner.
Yes. Well, Ollie, he's going to receive the ball. It's a short one here. Langstaff puts the ball into the box. It's going to fall to Ollie on the far side of the box. He's on dead ball lane, cuts in, keeps going, puts the shot, save. Goal! Yes! What a goal! Bailey flicks it in! Oh, and gets to take the lead! Is that the goal? Is that the goal? Oh, the short corner. Then the ball got whipped across the box. And there was Bailey just to flick that in, calm like. Beautiful. The Gateshead players, they're all surrounding them. The fans ran over to celebrate as well.
It's a lovely finish, Dave. You know, it's been really difficult to divert that wide, but it's such a good little flick. The goal scorer midfielder, wouldn't call him now. I think 5 for the season, we'll call it.
Wow.
Gateshead have just got to keep their heads now. Nothing daft. Just stay focused. Continue doing what they're doing second half.
20 minutes remain of about normal time, I make it here. 20 minutes, dare I say, to lift the league title.
Something happening here. The linesman just had a quick word with
the Chorley manager. Is it? Well, I don't know, but we're back underway here, and Bailey nods the ball out for a throw-in just near the Gateshead dugout. It was Bailey that scored. Big Mac.
Dave, I hope someone's Smoking a vape, otherwise your equipment's on fire.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a few puffs of smoke.
Oh, go on,
And now
go and kill it
another
off.
throw into Gateshead here.
Let's go and kill it off. Go on.
Well, Gateshead playing with a swagger now. Oh, deep breaths, Mark. Deep breaths.
This club. Oh,
Well, ball's going to go all the way through to Irwin there. And he's going to quickly distribute this one down the pitch, but Tinkler's there to intercept, knocks it up. Beautifully brought down by Scott. Scott's Macaulay Langstaff. He gets it to him. Was he fouled? Referee says play on. No. Well, that was an absolute clattering from Scott, from Scott Leather, who's on a yellow.
you heard the contact.
You heard it. It was after the ball was played. He played the ball across and he was took down. Letter of the law. I mean, this isn't rose tinted. If there's any Chorley fans listening in, that was a definite foul.
You heard the contact on him. You heard the contact. Ked's just got to keep his cool now.
Well, he didn't react. He looked at the referee. But Scott Leather has to be careful because he's on a yellow.
It was a foul throw as well, by the way.
Well, Irwin pumps the ball up the pitch. Ryan Bailey nods it back up towards
Owen Bailey.
I don't know why I can say Ryan Bailey. His brother's called Ryan. I've never seen him play. But Ollie, great pressure, wins the ball back, plays the ball down the line. It just skimmed out.
Look at that away end, Dave. What a sight.
Bouncing, absolutely bouncing.
What a sight.
What a turnaround so far in this second half. Gateshead leading by 2-1 if you're just leading us. If the full-time whistle went now, Gateshead are champions. Ward tries to win the ball back. He does, but he only finds Whitehouse, the number 7. But lovely trailing foot from Langstaff to win the ball back. But it's a little bit scrappy. There was Ward to poke it clear. Sorry.
There's a foul in the middle.
Yeah, it is getting a bit scrappy. There's a little bit of retribution there from Kedwin Scott on Scott Leather. Well, Lewis York has said Brackley winning 2-0, but that means nothing. It means nothing if this result stays like this.
Look, we've said all along. All that matters is what Gateshead do.
Ball played back to Irwin.
Pressure again at the back. There's pressure all the time.
Ollie closing it down. This is better stuff. They're not letting Chorley breathe as Baines is dispossessed by Ward, and it's a throw into Gateshead.
Sub coming on for
Here we
Chorley.
are. And Chorley are going to bring on Holmes.
Brad Holmes.
Yeah, Brad Holmes, and we'll see who this is for. I'd imagine it's going to be an attacking change. It is. It's going to be for the Chorley goal scorer, Jacob Blythe.
Number 12, Jacob Blythe, is number 32, Brad Holmes.
Well, big build up there from the announcer. What's Michael Jordan coming on there? Tinkler, his shirt absolutely doused in sweat.
They all are, aren't they?
They've put a shift in today.
You've got to think that a high pressure game on Saturday as well. It's some effort, this.
And plus the lads were in training yesterday as well.
Standards, Dave.
Tinkler receives the ball back, puts the ball up towards the corner flag. Kedwin Scott, can he keep it in? No, bounces out. It's going to be a goal kick.
There's a pirate there.
Is there? We're seeing all different outfits there. Let's say more and more people tuning in. Currently it is Gateshead 2, Chorley 0 here at Victory Park. If it stays like this, Gateshead are champions.
See the vice chairman as well, just wandering along.
He'll be enjoying himself. A lot of hard work went in behind the scenes here at Gateshead Football Club, but we're on the road. Gateshead have to keep switched on there as Tinkler wins the header. Cleared by Magnay. Halls heads it forward. Ward heads it again. Halls wins it again in the air. Chorley trying to build, but Gateshead keeping the pressure on. Tomlinson plays it across the defence, and Ollie tries to close down Baines. Baines has to cut inside of it, plays it across back to Whitehouse. Whitehouse drives down the right-hand side, but he's got Chapman for Matty Jacob for company, twisting and turning, but Hunter's there as well. Ball comes into deep one, plucked out the air by Philip Marshall.
He thinks he's now Jordan Pickford by diving on the floor.
Well, every second burned away is a second Gateshead are closer to becoming champions of the National League North.
Do you know, we spoke about the control of this side and the attitude and the psychological side of this side. And they've done brilliantly to come out second half and just reset.
It's like a different match altogether, isn't it?
It's like a different side.
Well,
Pressure again.
Scott Leather under pressure, but played out to Whitehouse and controls at the second time of asking, brings it forward, just crosses the halfway line. Ollie's there for lovely stuff. Ollie puts it out for a throw.
How good has Greg Ollie been second half?
Wow. He's given a captain's performance. We spoke early in the season. I think he's got a yellow card for kicking the ball away there, Greg Ollie.
They're all 2 young.
But we spoke yourself with BBC Radio Newcastle's Paul Dixon at Heaven when we found out we got a preview that before it was announced that he was going to be captain, and Paul Dixon, to his credit, said Greg Ollie had to step up. We knew he's a great player. He turned into a leader this season.
He certainly has. I think he was always a leader. He's not a shouter. He's someone who leads by example. He does the standards right. He gets the standards high, and that's something that I think...
Henley nods it inside there, and Magny's there to mop up. Good stuff from Carl Magny. Hasn't went out though, still in. Ali has the ball, tries to cut in. Bailey, fantastic tackle, and he gets a foul for the... well, yes, Ali left the trailing leg in there as he tried to turn.
Look, Dave, I'm going to say this again. I've said it many times this season on the podcast and on commentaries. Langstaff, Scott, Campbell, people like that, the ones that play forward at the top end of the pitch, they'll probably get the awards this season. But for me, player of the season's own Bailey by a long way. I think he's been exceptional. The levels of consistency he's found this season, and I'll say it, and I say it every time, in his first season in senior football, he has been absolutely exceptional. After
a horrendous injury as well, I might add.
Two really bad injuries.
So he's hobbling at the moment.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. Magny's going to take this free kick. But Mark, just going back to player of the season, if you're going to pick one, there's arguments. Any of these players could be in the top three. As the ball goes forward towards Kedwin Scott, he gets past Henley, holds it up, keeps it in, does very well. Kedwin Scott, he's at the corner flag. He's absolutely wrestling with Grant Henley, with Henley, and the ball goes out for a Gateshead throw. And Adam Henley there didn't stand a chance with the physicality of Kedwin Scott there.
Yeah, that was nice. I was at the arena on Thursday night watching WWE. It was like something from that.
Well, Tinkler gives it to Ollie. Lovely turn. Cuts into the box. He's still going. Ollie. Bailey goes for a cross. Oh, it's going to fall in with Langstaff. Can he get it underneath his feet? He can. Halls comes away. Oh, it did everything but sit up for him. Callum Armstrong. It is 2-1 to Gateshead here at Victory Park.
That's a good ball.
Ball come across to the left-hand side. Ali's touch, left it for Henley. Plays it back to Baines. Now with Ali just in front of us here, in front of the dugout. Good stuff from Bailey, closes him down. Scott Leather with an awful pass to Bailey, or a good one, depends how you look at it. The ball over the top for Kedwin Scott there. Intercepted as Halls brings the ball forward on the right-hand side. Lays it off to Whitehouse. Holmes has the ball now, back to Whitehouse. Can he get a cross in? He can. Gateshead managed to poke it clear, only as far as Baines, but it's going to go out for a throw-in just in front of Mike Williamson.
Now reset and get back in the system.
Baines, the tall number 6.
Looks to me like there's been a little change up top, by the way.
Yeah, I think...
so Langstaff's gone right up top, doesn't he?
I think that's a sensible thing. Have Kedwin Scott battling in midfield there and nodding the ball on. The pace from Macaulay Langstaff brings its own dangers. Well, Henley been told to go back. That is where the ball went out. Oh, what was the point in that? He took it from where he went to originally.
David's wasted time.
It is. Well, ball goes out for yet another throw. Ward puts it out.
So the sub coming on, Bright.
So Bright is going to come on here. Miles Bright, who does he replace? He replaces number 19. It is Milnick Ali. You heard it there first.
Is number 20, Miles Bright.
Miles Bright comes on. Looks like it's a like-for-like substitution. Long throw comes in towards the 6-yard area. Headed clear by Tinkler. Only as far as Baines. Places inside to Tomlinson. Tomlinson goes for an audacious one, and it's in! It curls and dips into the back of the net. It's 2-2 here.
Wow, what a goal.
I did not see that dipping when he hit it.
Unbelievable goal. You can't blame anyone with that. When someone hits a ball like that, it's an unbelievable strike.
Well, Tomlinson draws it level. A little bit more nervy now. But Gateshead, 10 minutes remain.
Yeah, we're right behind that, Dave, and you can't blame.
Phil
Marshall.
Not at all. The dip on that, you couldn't have struck a ball sweeter. And Tomlinson with a fantastic right peg there. Ball goes out of play for a throw in down towards the corner flag on our right hand side. We make it 10 minutes remain here. Victory Park, Gateshead level, 2 goals apiece with Chorley. Ball going to fall to, it goes out for a throw. I thought Ollie was going to turn. He's going to quickly take it. No, he isn't. Leaves it for Robbie Tinkler. Tinkler with the ball in his hands. He's got movement. He wants some more. Ollie receives it. Turns, runs in with the ball. Bright wins the ball back from him though. Drives forward. And there was no foul there, unless there must have been an arm out. That's the only thing I can think. But no one was impeded there.
Not from there either. Do you think you make a sub now, Dave? Maybe get someone else on. Conor Malley, just hold the ball. Get in possession, waste a bit of time.
Possibly.
Malley for Scott.
But get to a high line here. Very high line. Waiting for this. Free kick from Irwin, the keeper. As the ball goes over the top. Ball won by Gateshead, headed clear, and the offside flag went up. Philip Marshall was in 2 minds whether to come out there.
Right.
Well, just burning down the seconds here.
There's about 320 Gateshead fans here. Someone's just asking about.
Yeah, there's 323, we believe, Gateshead fans here. 1,118, I believe, there's the full attendance. As Marshall takes this free kick just outside his box. Goes up towards Kedwin Scott. Baines wins it. Bright hooks it clear. It's going to fall to Whitehouse, who nods it down to Tomlinson. Puts the ball over the top. And now Hall chases down with Story. Story does well to cover the run. Ball's crossed in there. Holmes is coming, but Magnier clears it out. And that was more dangerous from Chorley.
I think he's injured as well, by the way. Nice.
He's back up. Ball out to the left-hand side with Henley. Henley plays it back to Baines on the halfway line. Long ball in effect here, up towards the edge of the box. Jacob wins the header. Tomlinson receives the ball, launches it into the far side of the box. Nodded back by Tinkler. Calm, collected. And now Gateshead can just slow it down. Ball launched up by Marshall. Oh, well, a little bit of a tussle there, and Kedwin Scott's come off the worst for that.
Just a quick one. Hereford have got a goal back.
I've seen that there, yeah. So, could Hereford have a part to play?
Replacing number 19,
Paul Blackett coming on.
Scott, is number 9, Paul Blackett.
Well, we've seen a cameo from Paul Blackett on Saturday against Southport. Kedwin Scott gave everything today. He's given a fight and performance. Can Paul Blackett carry on where Kedwin Scott has left off?
What I will say, Dave, Brackley don't tend to concede 2 in games.
Yeah, it's all happening. Bailey wins the header, but it falls to Henley. Ollie manages to clear it out for a throw-in. Tomlinson plays it to Leather. Leather's under pressure from Blackett there. Gateshead closing down very quickly here, making them play the ball fast.
This is good.
Baines receives the ball, plays it over the top, looking for the run of Henley. Tinkler's there, wins the header. Magnay's there as well. His clearance didn't quite go as far as he had hoped. Now it's going to fall to Whitehouse, who's going to go for it. Well, I thought he was going to go for a shot. He's been closed down. Tomlinson appeals for the shoot, puts it out to the far side, and Halls has the ball now. The right back crosses the ball deep into the box. Tinkler was there and put it behind for a corner, but isn't it? It's a goal kick. Well, I'm about 5 minutes normal time remaining here, Mark. Marshall with the goal kick. Chorley 2, Gateshead 2, if you're just joining us here at Victory Park. Ball bounces through, Blackett's going to chase it. Free kick given. That was a weak one there, as Tinkler's just hobbling a little bit there. Just took a knock.
Everything's been given against Gateshead all of a sudden.
It certainly has been. Well, I must say the decision, that was it?
No,
It was because the foul happened up there. But Gateshead now defend this one. It's going up towards the edge of the box. Up it goes. Gateshead win the header. Ollie hooks it clear, but only it's the other side of the box. Now Macaulay Langstaff can get the ball under control, but he's dispossessed though by Chorley midfielder. Tomlinson now gives it out to Whitehouse. Whitehouse going to try and get past Jacob. Jacob's there. Cuts inside, puts it in with his left foot, and it's been put behind for a goal kick. It was a push. It was a push. And I think Tinkler and Magnay are struggling a little bit. Tinkler was struggling before there, and he's just took a whack in the back of the head.
Mike Williamson warming up.
Yeah.
Just reading tweets from Hereford, but I'm saying Hereford looking more and more dangerous.
Well, could there be a sting in the tail that doesn't involve this game? But at the moment,
He's taking it from.
Marshall with a free kick. There we go. Baines wins the header. Bright nods it back. Holmes nods it on, but it's going to bounce out for a throw into Gateshead. And Bright was a little... Tinkler is going to take this. It's very sandy down on that touchline just in front of us, Mark.
Well, we're not far from Blackpool Beach. So.
Tinkler launches it up towards Bailey. Bounces through though to Blackett. Blackett's got Helms all over his back, but he does well. Takes the ball to the corner flag. Crosses it in. Scott Leather tries to clear it. It's going to fall to Dan Ward, who nods it back into the danger area. Ollie tries to get there. Falls to Ward. Puts it out to the far side there to Macaulay Langstaff. Left hand side of the box. Overlap of Jacob. Can he get the ball in? He has to control it on the dead ball line. Pull it back. Dan Ward has the ball now. Gets past his man. But he takes it towards the corner flag on the far side.
Just try and win something.
Gets it through to Ollie. Ollie back to Ward. Ward on the far side of the box. Langstaff takes it off him. Gives it back to Ollie. Ollie plays it across. Blackett tried to back heel himself. And it goes straight through. Good pressure from Gateshead, but just wouldn't sit up in front of goal for Blackett.
It's a lovely idea. Really well worked on the far side then. He's trying to just back heel it in. It was a great idea.
Henley plays it down the line. Bailey nods it back out towards Henley. We've got about 10 yards further up the pitch of Chorley. Back header from Holmes, but Magnay's there to clear it up the pitch, and Blackett battling with Baines. Baines has to nod it back, and well,
there's no foul there.
No foul, but it was an intelligent play by Leather to block the run of Blackett as the ball goes long again up towards Holmes, bounces over, and it's going to go out for a Gateshead throw.
That's a handball.
Yeah, he didn't let that go out, did he? He grabbed it on the line. Well,
I think we're in injury time.
I think we are. And when the full-time whistle goes, Gateshead are champions-elect, bar a catastrophe of goal difference happening. It would have to be 6-0 either game, wouldn't it?
And
The rest. But I mean, we can safely say Gateshead will be crowned champions if it stays like this. But Gateshead having to defend at the moment. I can't see what's going on as Marshall clears the ball. We had a man walk past us with the biggest backpack I've ever seen in a football ground.
It might be medical stuff.
It might be. Henley has this throw here.
There are still 10 minutes left at Edgar Street, by the way.
Wow, must have had a delayed kickoff there. There's the ball pumped up towards the edge of the area. Tinkler wins yet another header, headed forward by Holmes. Tinkler's back there again to nod it away, and Ollie now clears it down the line. Great catch by the manager of Chorley. How far is he stealing there? But the ball's in play now. Story launches this one up. Paul Blackett chasing Leather down, bounces down, and is it going to fall to Langstaff? It is. And Langstaff get a shot away, edge of the box, goes for the shot. Into the crowd behind the goal. Latched onto that loose ball.
Keep it there.
Well,
the other ball's on the pitch now.
This afternoon's attendance at the Chorley Group Victory Park Stadium is 1,811. 1,811.
Well, we haven't had the board go up for injury time yet here, so we believe we're into it. We haven't had a notification of it. So your guess is as good as ours. Here comes the kick from Irwin. Up. Bailey wins the header, powerful one. Blackett brings it down, tries to poke it towards Langstaff, but didn't get there. Bailey wins the header. Leather puts it over the top, looking for the run of his forwards, but Tinkler, he nodded it down to Bright, and now Henley trying to carve something out from the left-hand side. He cuts in, plays across into the middle. Magny has to nod it across to Tinkler, and now Gateshead can clear their lines.
That's over.
And now can Paul Blackett chase that down? Scott Leather does well, calmly nods it to Baines. There's 3 minutes of added on time here. 3 minutes. Ball launched across to the far side. Story has all the time in the world to head it clear. Can Blackett get this under control? He can. Get it to Ollie. Ollie's lovely footwork. Tries to set it away Macaulay Langstaff, but it went straight to Scott Leather, who can give it back to his keeper. And his ball goes all the way through, out for a throw-in to Gateshead.
Your Magpies man of the match, chosen by match sponsor Gaming Direct Limited, is number 4, Andy Hall.
Well, Andy Hall gets the man of the match here.
That's a sound of his voice, doesn't
He does. Andy Halls was very industrious in the first half.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much of him in the second half.
No, I think it's a good game, and I agree with the decision.
Yep.
I love the enthusiasm from the PA guy.
He gives it big licks, as they say. As the ball goes up, it's going to bounce over. Blackett battling. As it's passed back, Bailey chases down the keeper, has to play it out to Baines. Blackett's there to get into it, and now Tomlinson. Foul given on Dan Ward. Well, at a yellow card taken in the line of duty by Bailey there.
Dave, I've got to be honest. It's done. I mean, 48. We've had three minutes, I think.
Well, the 3 minutes didn't come up until a little bit late into what we thought were already in injury time, but the ball now from Irwin goes up high towards the edge of the Gateshead box.
Great win, Matty Jacob.
Matty Jacob wins the header. It falls to Holmes on the far side. A lot of players forward, whipped into the box.
Great take.
Philip Marshall lifted out the air, lies on the ground with the ball. Dare I say, Mark, we're moments away. Moments away.
This ball needs to go as far into this corner as you can get it. Kid's got a big kick. Let's just get rid.
Well, nothing silly, Marshall. Come on. Well, Hall. See, there's nothing wrong with that. You went that far out the box, son. Right. Launched it up the pitch. Baines wins the header. Bailey puts it down the line, out it goes.
It's got to be it, ref.
We're waiting for the full-time whistle. Henley steals about 10 yards. Bailey wins the header, puts it out of play. It's another throw in, this time the other side of the Gateshead dugout.
Go on, ref.
Henley with the ball in his hands gives it to Baines. Baines plays it across the halls. He's looking at his watch. Still time to be played here as Tinkler wins the header, but he has to do well to get in front of Bright. He does well, plays it out for a throw in here on the far side. The home fans urging Chorley to get this ball in the box. It's going to be a long throw. Gateshead have to be on full defensive duty here in the dying moments. In comes the ball. Bright wins the header. It's headed clear by Gateshead. And that's it! Gateshead are champions! Oh, there's a pitch invasion. There's a banana on the pitch. And wow, Gateshead back to the National League. Mike Williamson, Ian Watson, they've led us back to the promised land, the top tier of the non-league pyramid. The wrongs have been righted. Demotion is just a distant memory. There's Power Rangers out there. And I don't care. Gateshead are champions.
Dave, this football club, 3 years ago, was 72 hours away from going under. Come on, big man. 72 hours from going under, 72 hours from dying. And now, you're National League North champions.
Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional in a minute.
Back to where they should always have been. All those wrongs have been righted, Dave.
I'm happy. I've just got a hook from someone that's going to be all right.
The likes of your Mike Williamsons, Ian Watsons, the people that kept the club alive when it looked dead. This is for them. This is for them. Just enjoy it. An amazing moment. All those hours of worry. What a special football club this is.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's joined me over this season. It's just amazing scenes. Fans, players celebrating on the pitch. Magic moments to drink in.
We have some full-time scores from around the National League. It's finished Chester 4, Bradford Park.
Well, just trying to grab my composure. Gateshead back to the National League. They'll be playing the likes of Scunthorpe United, Oldham Athletic, Notts County possibly, Wrexham possibly, Stockport possibly. Massive games every week. Gateshead will be giving it their all with a team of local lads. Wow, absolutely wow. Well, the big pitch invasion here from the travelling away fans. All in good spirits. There's a pirate running on the pitch now. There's Scooby-Doo. Beautiful scenes, Mark. Beautiful scenes.
Dave, I'm going to join in.
Okay,
Right, well done, big man.
Well, I'm going to stay on air. Just let me tell you what's happening here. Obviously, the players and fans are having a fantastic celebration on the pitch. Hey, I'm sorry. Oh. Well, there's a traffic cone making his late entrance to the party on the pitch. Macaulay Langstaff's been lifted up high. He's top goal scorer this season. Every one of these, Owen Bailey, Greg Ollie, Dan Ward, Macaulay Langstaff, Kedwin Scott, Mike Williamson, Paul Blackett, Ryan Womble, Matty Jacob, Connor Malley. Every player. Luke Williams played his part this season. Connor Chapman, who's here today as well to watch the lads get over the line. Amazing stuff. Every one of them players. I apologise if I've missed any players out that have played their part this season for Gateshead. Heroes to a man, legends, every one of them. Oh. Well, on